In this video, I'm going to be breaking down my exact $50,000 a month script because I've personally sold over $750,000 of insurance premium all over the phone. And I actually have a coaching community right now doing $300,000 to $400,000 per month with this exact script. So make sure you stay till the end because I'm going to be giving away everything to you completely for free. So you know exactly what to say and how to say to these warm and interested prospects. And if you stay till the end of the video, I'm actually giving you the way to be able to generate your own leads so you can use this script to be able to sell tons of clients and be able to scale past $20,000 per month. So let's just jump right in. The very first key point that you need to understand is the beginning of the call, because if you can master the beginning of the call and you can master the intro in the first 5 to 7 seconds, this is where you are going to make a ton of money. So there's two intros you can go about depending on if you're calling new or aged leads. Okay. So basic one, if you're calling a new lead that just came in, a quick tip before I actually go into this is you want to make sure you're calling your leads within 5 minutes. So once they come in, make sure you have notifications on your computer or on your phone. And so whenever they come in, you're calling right away. I also use Kixie to be able to call to make sure it's a local presence. Make sure you're using Kixie. I can go deeper into why I use Kixie, but really it's local presence dialer that has increased tons of contact rate for me and the agents that I actually coach. So, hey, John. Yeah, it's just Johnny. I was giving you a quick call back in regards to the request you sent in on Facebook for the new state regulated life insurance programs in Arizona. You listed your beneficiary as Mary. Is that right? Or is that correct? Awesome. So now once we go here, once we actually get a yes, yeah, I think I remember that, just positive response, then we're going to go, okay, awesome. Were you looking for anything specific or just wanting to go over all your options? And what's funny is I was actually shopping yesterday and my wife and I were out shopping for purses for her. And every store that we went into, they would ask, are you looking for anything specific? So it's funny that this is actually a script that I've been using for years now. And I just went and like almost every store was saying the same thing. Hey, were you looking for anything specific? So people already known and understanding this, but this is just a good, hey, are you looking for this or that? The very first part, once you get a positive response, is to go into binaries for like 2 to 3 questions. And the reason for that, it's like, yes, no, this, that, this, that, this, that. The reason why you're going to want to do that is because you want buy-in from the prospect to be able to present. If you don't master the first 3 seconds of the call, it really doesn't matter. So make sure you're mastering your intro, asking a question, and going right into verifying information that they've already filled out. Now, once you do that, okay, is that correct? Yes, Bailey is my beneficiary. Awesome. Were you looking for anything specific or just wanted to go over all your options? And they'll say, oh, I'm looking for $20,000 of coverage. Okay, great. And were you looking just to kind of cover those final expenses or possibly leave it a little extra for the family or for your family? And they say, whatever it is. Awesome. And did you have any coverage in place currently or not yet? And they'll say, whatever it is, right? So now I'm writing notes. I get a pen and paper, or I get like some flashcards like these and just write down. I'm taking notes as I go, because one of the most powerful things and the reason why a lot of people have bought and will continue to buy from me personally and the agents that I coach is because you want to tie in their exact words and phrases in, because then they're going to be like, this person's actively listening. That's crazy. That's kind of how you go. Now, if you're calling age leads, you don't have a lot of money, or you're calling through older leads that you have, then I would use this script. Or you're getting a lot of hangups with this one, then you're going to want to go to this age leads intro. Okay. Hey, John. Yeah, it's just Johnny. You probably got quite a few phone calls or even a text about this, but for whatever reason, it doesn't look like things got updated correctly. It looks like you responded to a request on Facebook about possibly looking into the new state regulated life insurance programs. It says you listed your beneficiary as Mary. Is that right? Okay, awesome. And were you looking for anything specific or just wanted to go over all your options? So key emphasis here is tonality. Make sure your tonality is on point. Okay, great. And were you looking just to kind of cover those final expenses or possibly leave a little extra for the family? Okay. And did you have any coverage in place currently or not yet? Okay, great. Now, let me explain how this process works. It's actually super simple, right? I'm actually a state licensed underwriter here in Arizona. And so my job is basically to let you know what options you actually qualify for based on your age and health, and actually shop around all 26 carriers here in the US to see which one will give you the best rate. Does that make sense? So this is kind of like how it is if you're a broker. Most agents are brokers. If you're not a broker and you're working with one carrier, what I say is my job is basically to let you know what options you qualify for or might be eligible for based on your age and health. My job is to find the product and coverage that'll give you the best rate here in Arizona. Does that make sense? Okay, great. So product and coverage, that I changed that from carriers and coverages. And just so you know, everything's non-medical, so no doctors coming out to the house. I'm going to get you some answers here over the phone. Okay. All right, great. So now we're going into medical. Okay. Now, key points in medical, make sure you get prescriptions. That's going to allow you to get your issue rate up, because the reality is you can sell clients, but if you're not getting policies issued, it really does not matter. So make sure that you're getting policies issued, that you're getting them actually approved. And the way you get them approved is by doing thorough underwriting. Here, this is where you can build really good rapport with the client. This is where also you can establish your credibility as a person who knows exactly what to do and how to do it, and make sure that your clients are getting the best plans and they trust you a lot more, because there's two things that you really need. You need trust, and you need like the actual answer to their problem. If you do that and you have both of those and they actually trust that you're going to be the person that you have the exact thing that they need and you have the answer, I mean, that's a win-win. You're going to get the sale. So now to see what options you qualify for, just to make sure we're giving you the most accurate rates. Are you a nicotine user of any kind? So that's tobacco or non-tobacco. Okay, what's your birthday? So now when I'm doing this, I'm actually going into insurance toolkits, and here, this is where we medically underwrite, and that you just ask these questions and then it'll tell you exactly what to ask, right? So date, birthday, height, weight, nicotine user, yes, no, so on and so forth. This is good because it shows all the carriers that they could get approved for and rock and roll them. So I highly recommend using toolkits. Okay, awesome. Now to see what options you qualify for, are you a nicotine user? No. Okay, great. And your birthday, by the way, 8/28/27. Okay, great. And you don't plan on starting now, do you? Now you want to get them to relax, lower their guard, build the trust as well. Okay, and how tall are you? Right, so again, this question should actually be a little bit lower. Okay, awesome. So and how tall are you these days? I'm 5'5". Okay, great. And don't slap me through the phone here. And using humor builds authority. This is something that's really helpful. If you can establish these little jokes along the way and get them to laugh, it'll help them open up and really build you as the trusted source, and just keeping high status, because it is a status game at the end of the day, right? Now don't slap me through the phone here, but how light are you these days? Now, this is going to be a lot. This is definitely going to be more applicable towards women, but same thing. It's going to be good. How light are you? Okay, great. And what medications are we taking? And they'll say, I have like 3. Okay. And what are the names of those and what are they for? And they say, I want, or yeah, I don't know off the top of my head. No worries. Go ahead and grab them and let me know when you're ready. I just need the first 3 letters of them. And then they'll go back. If they push back, no problem. Go ahead and grab them and spell them out for me. Just the first few letters, just to make sure we're getting the most accurate rate. If they push back again, they're probably not serious. This is a very important part to make sure that you're getting the medications. Okay, have we had anything happen with our heart nowadays? Okay, any stints? Okay, how are our lungs working? Any asthma, COPD? Have you ever been prescribed an inhaler? How's our blood flowing? Any high blood pressure? If so, how much, right? Did they test? This is something that's really important, because the medications that they're on might not be the ones that they've been prescribed, and that's what the MIB is going to pull up. Any cancer, any history of diabetes, any history of stroke, TIA. I don't have much time to go over all this. That's a whole different video, but that's like, you get the point, right? And then also one part of the underwriting portion, just to see if you qualify for the best plan here in Arizona. So you say state specific. You do have an active checking account, correct? And if they don't, then you want to get the Direct Express card out of the way early, and you want to establish that. Most agents that I work with only take checking or savings account, and that's it. If you don't have, if they have Direct Express, those people are probably not going to be the most ideal client. So checking account all day. Now you want to gain credibility here. Go ahead and grab a pen and paper and let me know when you're ready. Just need you to write a couple things down here for me. Okay, they're gonna go grab it. Awesome. So my name is Johnny, and spell it JOHNNY. My state producer number is 505-777-7777. With that number, you can go to the Department of Insurance website and find me. That way you know who I am and that my license is active. It's super important, Miss Mary, that you know who you're speaking with, is I'll be your agent for life, okay? And also, here's my direct line. If you have any questions, need anything, just need a friend to FaceTime, give me a call, okay? It's 505-555-5555. Awesome. So, and then you do that. Now you're going to transition, right? Write everything. Don't talk, just listen. Very curious. So walk me through this, Miss Mary. Like, what really got you motivated to start looking into some life insurance coverage for you and your family? Like, what's the main concern? And they'll share, right? And were you looking to go more down the traditional burial route, or more so the cremation route? Okay. And who would be your beneficiary if, God forbid, something were to happen to you? Get a name here. All right. Get a name. Daughter. Okay. What's your daughter's name? And if they don't answer, if they don't say it, they're like, oh, I don't give that out. That's not a problem. Like, if you were to get approved and actually get coverage in place, we're going to need that information so that we know the exact beneficiary, because you're not the only Miss Susan in the world, are you? No, you're not. Okay, what's her name again? And you ask it again, right? And then they'll say, my daughter, Sally. Okay, and Miss Mary, can I be transparent with you here for a second? And right here, this is an identity frame that you're going to want to set. This is also something that's going to build them up. If they're like a brick wall, this is how you really push past that and really get into their why, really get deep. Like, what is driving them? Because clients are going to buy on emotion. They back it up with logic. You need to get emotions in the sale. And so this is a way to be able to pierce through the stagnantations, sift through and get through all that and go straight into their why and really figuring this out, right? So, Miss Mary, can I be transparent with you here for a second? Your family's lucky to have somebody like you, like a mom like you that's just thinking ahead. And it sounds like if anything were to happen, you just want to make sure that they'd be taken care of and they can be prepared. And I talk to a lot of people, and some people, they just really don't mind like acting like this stuff just doesn't exist and they don't even want to think about it. You know what I mean? And Miss Mary, can I ask, like, how come this is so important to you? See where like the curiosity tone really comes in here. So try that out, use it, implement. The only thing that I ask, and I think it's fair for both of us, if I'm giving all this stuff away to you for free, like filming this on the weekend when I could be enjoying time with my wife, and the only thing I ask is that you actually go out and implement this, right? If you want this exact script, DM me right now on Instagram the word script, and I'll actually send it over to you. I'll actually send this whole thing over to you as well. Okay. Now from here, right, and comment down below your wins from this and actually just implement. If you listen to this over and over and over again, you're going to start to hear and understand the patterns behind why I say what I say. Professionals like beginners ask questions and they're just think about the questions that they should ask the client, when professionals don't care about the questions that you're asking. They care about the answers that they get. Really good sales professionals, they don't move on until they get the answers that they want. So you should be able to get like this beneficiary, you should be able to ask it one of three ways and be able to work through that and navigate it. And even these questions right here, right? You should be able to have sequences to go down to be able to get them pretty much to come to the conclusion on their own that they need this product. You need to be able to help them. And so it's your job as a professional to get the answers that you're looking for and that they're looking for so that you can actually help them help themselves. That's how I think about it. So you want to you lift them up, and you pretty much are just getting yourself out of the way. You're removed from the sale. You're detached from it because you don't need anything. And you're asking questions to be able to lead them to their conclusion, right? So you say, yeah, why is this important to you? Oh, my family, like I was always raised that I'm not going to be that person. I want to make sure that they're taken care of, XYZ. Really get a feeling there. Awesome. And that's one side of it, right? Like you actually being the mom that you want to be and have been wanting to be, right? Your family really being taken care of in them. And when you do pass, they knew that their mom was always going to take care of them. But on the other side of this is you choosing to not do anything, right? And not actually have coverage when that time does come. Let's say 3 days from now, right? Something were to happen, right? Because none of us know the exact time or hour, right? But let's say something were to happen. Like, would it be you mentioned your daughter would be responsible for that $15,000 bill? Okay. And could I ask, Miss Mary, like, how would that make you feel knowing you haven't taken the steps necessary to get to where you want to go and your family covered and protected when you could have? Oh, I'd feel awful. I'd feel terrible. I don't want that to happen. Yeah, I can appreciate you sharing that, right? And I can appreciate you wanting to be the mom that you want to be. But like, how would that make you feel if that time came and you never got the coverage that they needed, how would you feel then? And they'll say, oh, and I don't want to put you on the spot like that, Miss Mary, but is that something you'd be okay with if that, did become the reality? No, I wouldn't. Why not though? Right? Because most people do. You've probably seen people pass the hat at church. You could just keep doing with what you're doing right now, but like, why not? They'll say whatever it is, right? These are advanced things. I can go deeper into cost of inaction questions. If you want me to, drop in the comments cost of inaction, and I'll go deeper into this. This is what I teach the coaching clients inside my community to be able to learn and understand and be able to really build urgency with prospects so you're not getting a think about it, right? That's very important because you're probably getting the think about it and partner wife objections, right? So if you guys are getting those objections, I made a full 20-minute breakdown on how you overcome those. Go actually look that up. It's on my channel. It's right a little few videos before this one. Go check that out right now. And that's how you overcome those objections. But let's just keep going. Okay, so just so you know, Miss Sally, I specialize with working with people on very low and fixed incomes, right? Social Security, disability, lower incomes like that. Would you say you're in a similar spot too? Oh yeah, I am. How'd you know? Between you and me, Miss Mary, that's probably why they got you over to me. Because I actually specialize with helping people just like you, right? Get you the most affordable plans here in Arizona. Now, speaking of affordability, right? Because different things for different people are going to be affordable, right? But like for you, what's a good kind of comfortable number monthly? Like even in a tight month. See my tonality there? Make sure that's emphasized. You want to emphasize that. Okay, is it like $150 or is it $100 or $75 or $200 or $250? Like what's kind of a good, kind of comfortable number for you even in a tight month, right? Again, it's not the questions that you ask. That's for beginners. You're advanced. You wouldn't be watching this video if you're not advanced. So if you're like as advanced sellers, it's all about the answers that you get. So get a number, right? Now, while I let my system calculate your rate, right? It's giving time, buying time for you and to build value, to really help customize their solutions. I do want to share some features and benefits of your policy, right? So the company is called Mutual of Omaha, right? They've been around for a while. They've never missed a payout claim. They're a very reputable company. Now, your policy is a permanent whole life plan, which simply means the rate, which I'm about to go over with you, is never going to change. And the coverage will actually never decrease, okay, which is awesome. Now, your policy builds cash value. So down the road, if you're ever in a tight spot, you actually will have access to these funds. Now, Miss Mary, what's awesome is it's actually going to pay out to your wife within 24, or your husband within 24 hours, so you can have funds on hand, okay? Now, the most important feature of your policy is that it's immediate coverage with no waiting period. So you're not going to have to wait 2 years for this to pay out. It'll actually pay out right away. So now that's really just very, very simple, straight to the point. It's going to take care of their problem. It's the solution. Okay. Now you want to overcome the think about it here. I have a whole video and a whole training. If you just go to my channel, I'm going to actually give it to you right here. And if you go to my channel, it's literally the third video, how to overcome the two main objections that you're going to get. So check that out. But this is how you kind of overcome it and pre-handle these objections, so you never even hear people say, I need to think about it. So Miss Sally, I've been doing this long enough to know that when somebody says, I want to think about it, it just typically means the numbers are just a little too high. So if that's the case, can you just let me know and we can try to find another solution for your coverage? There's no hard feelings there. And they'll say, yeah, for sure. So if they don't say any numbers, like don't say any numbers until they agree with this. If there's a lot of hesitancy, they might throw another objection at you or so on and so forth. So now you're going to want to re-explain each benefit of the policy and pitch, right? So the first plan, I do a three option close. We have the 15,000. What this will do is take care of the whole burial and leave a little extra. The second one is what most of our clients do. It'll cover the burial and maybe leave a little extra. And then the third one is just the basic burial plan that'll cover the burial when that time does come, okay? Now, Miss Sally, before we even take a look at these numbers, let me kind of explain how this process works. So here in the three options, hey, the 10,000 is going to be 77, the 6,000 is going to be 58, and you're going to go down the line and share each one. Make sure they're writing them down. That's just, as a leader, you're going to lead them, right? And they want to be led, so you have to really take control. Now, Miss Sally, before we even take a look at these numbers, let me kind of explain how this process works. So even if you were to pick the most expensive option, right, that $15,000 plan, and put a gun to my head and said, Johnny, give me this option now, I couldn't even do it for you. Life insurance isn't something you can just buy. you actually have to qualify for it. And all we can literally do at this moment is actually pick a number that's comfortable for you. And then 3 things can happen during that underwriting process. Now, the first thing is we submit the application and the underwriters instantly decline us. If that happens, it's not the end of the world because we do have access to all the A-rated carriers, but we will have to go back to the drawing board. Now, number 2 is that they counter offer. Typically means with like here, the price will change slightly. But again, we would have to go back to the drawing board, okay? Now, the third thing is that they actually approve you. If they approve us, you'll hear from me via text or call, and the carrier will actually print out everything and mail it directly to you. Now, this is what I absolutely love about the state of Arizona is we have up to 30 days to make any necessary changes to your policy upon approval, okay? So say you wanted to go up in coverage, we can definitely do that, all right? But if you wanted to go down in coverage, you could still do that as well. So what's awesome is you're gonna have plenty of time to talk about it, think about it, pray about it. Just don't fight about it, okay? And you laugh, right? Help them relax. Now, of those 4 options that I shared with you, Miss Sally, which would you feel most comfortable with leaving behind for your daughter? Okay, go ahead and circle that one. And then again, you shut up until they say an answer, all right? If they give you the objections, I have a whole objections word track that you can go down, but typically this should lead to an objectionless close, right? Now, which one did you choose? Oh, A. Okay, now, can I ask, like, is that a comfortable number? Like, even in your tightest month, like, can you still afford this premium? Yes, okay, great. Now, what is the best address to mail this policy out to? And they'll say 123 Main Street. Okay, and just need to ask a few more quick questions, see if you qualify. Now, what's your full legal name? And you just, boom, transition right into the application, pull the application up, and you're on your way, right? So now you close that. How you ask for banking is all on here too. We're gonna set this up through our bank service plan, what bank you're gonna use. Boom, this is the exact things to say, how to be able to make sure that you get that as well, all right? Now you can go through that once you do get the script. So DM me script right now, and I'll actually send that over to you. And then it's like, okay, to promise close. Right? Now, first promise is if God forbid something were to happen to you 5, 25, even 10 years down the line, Miss Mary, and this ever becomes unaffordable due to a life event, and emphasize that, right? Because there's no other reason that they should be canceling. Now, if this ever becomes unaffordable due to a life event, Miss Mary, I need you to call me. The worst thing you can do is up and cancel the policy because you'll lose all the equity and cash value you've built up in it. And that'd be crazy, right? Yeah. Okay. And there's a few things we can do in the future to make it more affordable, but we agree, Miss Mary, that it fits inside your budget today, right? Yes. Okay, great. Now, also, like, the second thing is there's thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of life insurance agents out there soliciting business, and that's completely okay. And you're probably going to get called in the future. And if that agent says, I can get you a better rate, I want you to entertain the conversation transparently and simply get a quote. And if it's better, I'll tell you that it's better, and I'll even do the paperwork for you. Is that fair enough? Yeah. Okay. But if it's not better, I'll actually tell you why, and I'm more than happy to three-way the other agent into the call. And explain why it's not better, right? And then also add them to the do not call list. So this is the exact breakdown. If you want it, DM me right now here on Instagram, and I'll actually send it over to you. Just say, hey, I watched your video, love it. Would you be open to sending me the script, right? Or just DM me the word script, happy to send it. So this is the exact same script that I've used to be able to sell over $700,000 of life insurance premium. And the people inside the coaching community that I have that are doing $300,000 to $400,000 per month. And one of my clients, Max, just did over $20,000 this exact week in the last 5 days on self-generated leads, and literally using this exact script. So use it, implement it, and take this with you, right? If you want to learn how to overcome the top 2 objections that I was mentioning, click right here. But if you want to learn how to generate your own leads and how I actually teach agents how to scale their leads and 10x their profit in a matter of 60 to 90 days, click this video right here. It's going to give you a step-by-step walkthrough on how to generate your own Facebook ads. And I'll see you guys right here. Click right now.